In this video, we're going to demonstrate how you can cut very accurate, very small parts that are usually difficult to hold down on a small tabletop Techno CNC router. So here's how we did it. We've got these custom clamps that we make in-house, and then we've got this aluminum bar that's been indicated to the table so we know it's straight, and then we've bolted that down using the T-slots as well. Now we'll simply grab our material. In this case, it's just 25 thousandths thick brass. We're going to place that on our bar. Now, using these clamps, I'm simply going to tighten this down. Now, on these middle ones, we're just barely going to touch the edge. We can leave as much clearance as possible for the tool. Now everything's tightened down, and we're ready to run our program. Now, something else we've been working on is a quick tool change system adapter for this machine. So you can see we've got this device in here, and then we're utilizing these, which take an ER11 collet. And so now we just use a dial indicator, we drop gauge with these, and we have a whole set of matched drills that are all the same exact height. So we no longer need to do any Z setting on the machine. We can simply come in and drop these in and out really quickly with just a simple T-handle wrench. And that's ready to go. And now we can go drill to drill to drill, just dropping them in right here without using multiple large wrenches and taking the entire nut and collet off of this HSD spindle. Now, as we mentioned earlier, we are using a quick change system, but to do your initial Z height is still very simple on this machine. We have our automatic tool touch off device right here, and then I simply jog the machine with the handheld keypad, which is really easy to use, and I just move it over and get it close to the center of this, and then with just one button, now it's automatically dropping down and will automatically sense and pull up. Now my Z setting has been set, saved, stored, and I'm ready to cut. That's simple. Now it's really simple. Our file's loaded. We just hit the play button right here, and file will start. So we're going to show you right now how quickly we can change tools with this custom setup we have on our HD-II tabletop. Just going to raise it up a little bit to give us a little bit of room here. And then this, I'm just going to use my Allen T, drop that out. And here's my 1/8 inch drill. That's the next in the program. Slide that all the way in. Use my T-handle, tighten that up. And since we've already used a drop gauge and measured these all out to be the same exact length, I don't even have to set a new Z. I can just go right into the program and hit start. And I'll do that now. I'm going to go into USB files. I'm going to get the 1/8 inch drill and play. And that's all there is to it. It's that quick. Okay, now the last step is to cut these parts. Now this, we had to get a little creative. See, this particular hole we're going to use for an entry hole. This is part of the design. This is going to help us ramp into this harder material more easily. And then also to hold this down, we're using this custom clamp setup. Just a piece of aluminum tooling plate, and then these custom clamps we made in-house to help hold this material down. We tried it with a vacuum and using a spoil board. It just wasn't strong enough. So what we're doing is we're clamping the whole piece down, and then we're not cutting the part completely out. We're leaving a small tab that we're actually cutting off in a second operation later. But we'll go ahead and run this now, and you can see how this works. I'm just going to hit start. And go into that hole and then start feeding in. Right there, that's that little tab that we're keeping, and that's going to hold the whole part in place, keep it from moving around, and then we're going to start the next one. And we're using the Ontrude 64-012, that's the router bit, designed with a single edge O-flute, and this actually has a down-cut spiral. So that's helping us hold this part down on this material, and that's key. I tried a couple of other tools, this wasn't quite working, but this actually puts downward force on the material as it cuts and really helps us in holding this difficult to hold piece. This is in the Techno HD-II tabletop. Cutting 25,000 scraps, very small parts, with a very accurate result. Here's a quick look at the finished product. Go ahead and zoom in here. You can see it's held on by that tab at the top, which we're going to take off in a secondary process. But the two different size holes were drilled, the part was cut out on the perimeter, and everything held down really nicely. So these parts came out really well. And in fact, even with our fixture, no vacuum, no tape, no glue, we were still able to hold plus or minus 0.002, 2/1000ths of an inch. The print for this particular job called out plus or minus 5/1000ths, which is pretty typical in the industry. So this machine is set up well within the tolerances we need it to be, and just performed, actually beyond our expectation. So very happy with our new Techno HD-II tabletop CNC router, now on display in our Northern California showroom. Thanks for watching.